You guys, I just got a bakery order. I have to deal with this. Do I look like one of those fancy ladies from like the 90s movies? Putting on my glasses. Just kidding, I don't look like a fancy lady at all. I forgot my tripod at home. Of course I did. So we have to do this front-facing camera view again, but at least we're not on my kitchen stove anymore. Don't be creepers and trying to zoom in on my licenses on the wall. That just says I can sell insurance, and that one just says that I can notarize stuff in the state of Wyoming. I know that I put my phone number in the birthday vlog when I showed you the picture of my iPad where I was designing those cards. So don't be creepers, just only call me if you want to order bakery stuff, okay? Okay. I don't want these on. That's helpful, but I have the overhead lights on for lighting right now because even though this is atrocious, it's even worse when they're not on for filming. But anyway, I made a really cute menu that I put on Facebook that now I have like this anxiety issue where I think people aren't going to order stuff from me even though it's only the 8th of December right now and my deadline's the 17th so that I can deliver the week of Christmas. But you know, I posted it on the 7th, so yesterday, so they had 10 days. So, but whatever. Anyway, it's really cute. I don't need to show it. Maybe I can pop pictures of it up or something. I don't know what I'm doing. Anyway, I got a Grinch color palette. It's not like the official one or anything. I just kind of looked up Grinch color hex codes. If you don't know about graphics design stuff, you probably don't know what I'm talking about. But it's like a 6-digit number and letter combination that makes the colors. And anyway, I got like a 5-color palette with 2 reds, 2 greens, and a white, or I put that together. And it's really cute, like Grinch colors, and I made it like a storybook, and I'm pretty proud of it. Anyway, let's have a sip of my peppermint coffee. So, actually, what I want to talk to you today about is PCOS, or Polycystic Ovarian Syndrome. I had touched on that. I think I talked about it right before we started Vlogmas when I said about why I was going to try to do keto. And then I think I touched on it a little in the keto video, but I didn't go into detail, and I intended to. Let's look at my Vlogmas schedule, shall we? The first day I actually intended to talk to you about PCOS was the 3rd, but that's my birthday. We're not talking about PCOS on my birthday. And then I kept moving it down the line, because I hadn't put the research into it like I wanted to, or I didn't have my notes together, which I have on the monitor behind us so that I can talk coherently. Like I said, PCOS is Polycystic Ovarian Syndrome, and it is common. I think it's like 1 in 10 women in the United States actually have it, diagnosed or undiagnosed. Polycystic Ovarian Syndrome, according to hopkinsmedicine.org, is a condition in which the ovaries produce an abnormal amount of androgens, which are male sex hormones that are usually present in women in small amounts. The name Polycystic Ovarian Syndrome describes the numerous small cysts or fluid-filled sacs that form in the ovaries. However, some women with the disorder do not have cysts, while some women without the disorder develop cysts. So basically they're saying you don't have to have cysts to have it, and you can have cysts. Just because you have cysts doesn't mean you have PCOS. So that's important though, with the male hormones thing. Actually, this is what got me thinking more so than anything else that I might have it. There's a thing called Hirsutism, 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 which means you have excess body hair, including on the chest, stomach, and back. But a lot of women have it on their face, and I know it's probably just slightly genetic too, but like I have like almost a goatee sometimes. Like I do get super excess hair on my chin and around my lips, and that can just be a hormonal thing. Some women just can get it cyclically or hormonally during certain times in their cycle, or like during certain cycles, but it seems like I always have it. I always have some dark hairs that I'm plucking out. I have noticed some on my chest sometimes, but not that bad. And it's not like I'm walking around like a Sasquatch or something, but I do get it bad. And in fact, I shave my arms because, and I have done so since I was probably about 22, because the hair on my arms is so thick and gross. I hate it. I can't stand it. So I personally shave it, and just like I shave my legs. It doesn't bother me to do that. That got me, I heard somebody talking about it quite a long time ago, and it got me really thinking like, some of these things really kind of jive with stuff that is problematic for me. My whole life I've had like cycle issues. Like I've never had like regular periods, and when I do, it's still like on the long end of a cycle. They're like, you know, a woman's average cycle is 28 days. It can go a little longer, but sometimes mine are like 40 days apart. Sometimes I'll go months without, which the older I get, the more it regulates. But I bleed really heavy. I bleed really clotty, which is, some people say that that's just horribly cause for concern and you need to go to the doctor. But I've been that way my whole life. I know it's just part of how I am. And segue, in like 2017, I was noticing that my cycles were becoming extra like intense and heavy when I was bleeding. And I would go through like 5 tampons before lunch at least. And I don't like to wear pads because it just feels gross. And I was having a lot of pain. And tampons, I'm sorry, but you have to get certain ones because the cheap ones are garbage, and also they're expensive. I did some research and discovered Diva Cups, which I don't have a Diva brand cup. I think the one that I got is called Duchess, and it was like a 2-pack for like half the price. And I'm sure that you pay for what you get, but I haven't had to replace them. They last 5 to 10 years. And the other thing is I'm slightly a prepper at heart. So like in my mind, like post-apocalyptic, I have one in my backpack, like I don't ever have to be like fighting the zombies to get into the old rundown Walmart to get some tampons, basically. There is a learning curve to it, but everything I read is so right. You really learn a lot about how your cycle works. And so I'm not gonna get into the like gory details of it. I started to learn a lot about it, and it got me to reading more about this PCOS. And we all know already that Seho is not gonna go to the doctor. I'm self-diagnosed. I may or may not have this, but I'm going to treat myself as if I do. Let's get into some symptoms. The most common symptoms include missed, irregular, or very light periods, ovaries that are large or have many cysts. So I it was 2010, so 11 years ago now, we thought that I had endometriosis because I was having a lot of weird pain and stuff, and it wasn't like they weren't finding it cysts or anything. We did some exploratory surgery after running some other like tests and stuff to see if I was having like a cyst issue or what was going on. And she found what she called like an endometriosis, and she said it looked like a little grub. I never got to see pictures. My mom did, and they took that out. I don't know. I never really pursued it after that because at that point, bills were racking up and I didn't have a way to pay for that. And in fact, I only just recently paid off the last bill for that. All this in mind, I didn't have cysts, but I had this like weird thing happening. So flashback to like in the last year and a half, and we're learning this. So the next symptom is the excess body hair, the hirsutism that I was talking about. And then weight gain, especially around the belly or the abdomen. Now, I will take responsibility for the fact that I eat like a jerk a lot of the time. And that is probably the number one cause for my weight issues. However, I think I have a genetic predisposition to weight issues because there's so much diabetes in my family, which ties into this PCOS. We'll get into that. Because basically PCOS is like a type of insulin resistance, but as well, I'm not going to deny the fact that PCOS probably just like accelerates the weight gain, or not maybe accelerates, but like makes it harder to lose the weight. It makes me want to eat the bad things, etc. Right? So, acne or oily skin. Yeah, I still haven't done my skincare routine video for you guys, but this is something I have thought. And like on my blog, I think I talk about my brother had a really hard time with acne, and that was acne. That was like itself acne. But I still have like bad acne outbreaks, especially cyclically. I also, which I don't see that necessarily on the list, but I cyclically have depression issues. Male pattern baldness or thinning hair. Well, I don't have male pattern baldness, but I do lose a lot of hair in the shower. But I'm not quite sure that I have thinning hair necessarily. Infertility, small pieces of excess skin on the neck and armpits or skin tags, and dark or thin patches of skin on the back of the neck, in the armpits, and under the breasts. So those last three things I don't really struggle with, but so PCOS is diagnosed with like ultrasound and blood tests. And like I said, I haven't gone to a doctor, so we're internet diagnosing ourselves right here. PCOS is treated by a change in diet or activity. That you can get onto medications that cause ovulation, like birth control. I was on birth control for a really long time when I was younger, and I will never ever do that again. I'm not going to have something screwing with my hormones even more. I would rather try to regulate it with diet because I really think food is medicine. I have to blow my nose. Where were we? Oh, okay. Diabetes medication. Like I said, it's a type of insulin resistance, so they will put some women on a diabetic medications to try to regulate that. Again, I'm not interested in that. I'm just not. I'm already walking around afraid I'm like one cupcake from diabetes anyway. Excuse me. Apparently not too afraid though, because I don't do as much as I should to be on the preventative side of things. And yeah, I put this change in diet or activity on here twice. But so that's like just a basic overview. What I'm connecting to are the things like hirsutism, the poor cycles, the insulin resistant sort of tendencies. So like I have said before, this girl, Rachel Oust, she really, a long time ago on her channel, now she doesn't talk about it so much, but I think she said she just launched like a PCOS, like keto program, because she's actually a like dietitian. I'm not sure exactly what it is, but I think she's a dietitian. Anyway, she likes to launch a lot of ebooks and stuff, and it's very good advice. I contacted them once to find out what it would cost to actually just get her to make me a plan, a weight loss plan, and it's so expensive, you guys. I don't remember the Australian dollar that because they're in Australia, I don't remember what they quoted me, but it worked out to be like $1,200 a month, and that's like more than half my income. So I just can't do that. But she's amazing, and she has lots of good information on the internet herself, or on YouTube, I mean. And like I said, she's really into keto, and she said that she used that to regulate her own PCOS issues. Well, then I was talking to my friend, and turns out she's been on keto for 2 years because after she had her youngest kid, she couldn't regulate her weight, and she thinks she'll never eat any other way again. And I think if I can kick my sugar addiction, then I won't have any problem. Although it's like torture because I just started a bakery. But anyway, that's kind of the overview of PCOS and why I've decided to try to do keto. I've done a few things. Like last night I ate rice. This morning I ate part of a cinnamon roll that was disgusting, so I don't know why I even ate it. Sugar addiction. But I'm trying really hard, and eventually that habit will just become habit. But yeah, so I want to give that a shot. Like I said before, I don't know how long I'm going to go with it, but at least to the end of the month. Yeah, I just wanted to give you an overview of PCOS and get that out. I know those are very brief notes. I got most of my most of my notes based off of hopkinsmedicine.org, also WebMD, and just some like random Googling that I didn't cite. I'll get better at that kind of thing. And then, yeah, so if you know anybody who you think might be struggling with this as well, or would be interested in it, or if you have this and you want to give somebody a better understanding of your condition, go ahead and share this video with them, please. So yeah, like, share, subscribe, do all the things, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye. My goodness, my power bar fell.